Sum of infinite terms of the geometric sequence. Sum of infinite terms of GP. See, we know that the terms of the GP are like this: AR square, and AR cube, like that. Is it right? See, if you think about this particular sequence, and at the end this is AR power n minus 1. This is the nth term. See, the sequence won't stop at the nth term, but usually the problems will ask you about the nth term. That's it. See, what you say about the next one? Next one is AR power n. This is n plus 1th term, right? And the next one is AR power n plus 1, and this is n plus 2th term. And if you continue like that, there exists infinite number of terms. But usually we will find sum of n terms according to the problem if they ask. But if you think what happens to this particular sequence depending on the value of r. See, my idea is, if the value of r is greater than 1, and if the value of r is in between 0 and 1, there are two different cases. Look at this. If the value of r is greater than 1, if you move from term to the term, the sequence will increase. But if the value of r is in between 0 and 1, if you think about the terms of the sequence, if you move from term to term, the value decreases. Right? I will give you one example. For example, for a particular thing, you just take that r is equals to, you may say 2. See, I need to check any value with greater than 1. I need to check any value which is less than 1. You may take it as 1 by 2. So I have two options. In one case r is 2, and the other case r is 1 by 2. And my geometric sequence here, it is starting with the a is 3. If you take 3 and then 3 into 2, 6, and then 3 into 2 square, 12, and then 3 into 2 cube, it may be 24, like that it continues. Right? This is the particular geometric sequence. Right? And in the other case, if the value of r is 1 by 2, then what is your sequence? If the first term is 3, second term is AR, means 3 by 2. The third term is AR square. So you need to multiply 3 with 1 by 2 square. Means 3 by 4, and then 3 by 8, and so on. Look at these two sequences. See, if you look at this sequence, 3 to 6, right, double, 6 to 12, double, 12 to 24, double, 24 to 48, double. The sequence gets double its value. It moves from 3 to and so on. Whereas if you look at this particular sequence, the sequence is halved. 3 by 2, 3 by 4, 3 by 8, halved from term to term. See, the value is decreasing from term to term, whereas here the value is increasing from term to term. If you move like this, the values are still increasing. If you move like this, the values will go on decreases. Right? In this particular case, if you add all these terms, see, you may say infinite terms, since the values goes on increases, the sum of all these terms will become like infinity only. But in this particular case, the values goes on decreases. After a particular stage, the values of the terms in the sequence are almost 0. Since the values are almost 0, if you add all those values after a certain stage, you have a chance to neglect all the values, and the summation is just a finite convergent value. That means you will get a finite value if you add approximately. Right? See, the question is thinking about the infinite terms of the geometric sequence. Our task is, there are two options. In one case, the sum of the infinite terms is again infinity. If the values goes on increases, it increases, it increases, it increases. You are going to add all those things and your answer is infinity. And in the other case, the value decreases, 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 and decreases, and after a certain stage, almost 0, you need to neglect the remaining terms if it is 0. And if you add the terms which are non-zero, since the values are decreasing, if you add all those values, you will get a finite value, and that finite value we need to notify now. Right? So, if you think about the infinite terms of geometric progression, not only for the geometric progression, if they ask you about the infinite terms of arithmetic progression, what you say? For the arithmetic progression, you need to think about the common difference. There in the arithmetic progression, see, if the common difference is either positive, either negative, in both the cases, if you goes on moving, if you goes on collecting the terms infinitely, the summation is always infinity. sum of infinite terms of arithmetic progression is always infinity. That's why no need to solve any problem there, because always your answer is infinity, no? So no problem there. But whereas if you think about the geometric sequence, if you try to calculate the sum of infinite terms of the geometric sequence, sometimes the value is infinite and sometimes the value is a finite, approximate value is finite. Now our task is, whenever the approximate value of the infinite terms is finite, and how to calculate the approximate finite value for the infinite terms of the geometric sequence. Now our discussion is, think about the common ratio R. See, sometimes the common ratio is more than 1, sometimes the common ratio is less than 1. If the common ratio is more than 1, and if you think about the terms of the sequence, the values of the terms will goes on increases and the summation also infinity. While if the common ratio is less than 1, the values of the terms goes on decreases. After a certain stage, all the values are neglected. So if you collect the finite values in that particular sequence, the result is again a finite value, and that result, how to find, we need to derive a particular formula to find those sum of infinite terms if R value is less than 1. Is it clear? Now, how to find the sum of infinite terms of the geometric progression if my R value is less than 1, right? See, for the geometric progression, the common ratio of R may be positive or may be negative also, right? I mentioned you if just R greater than 1 and if R is in between 0 and 1. In the other case, if R value is not only in between 0 and 1, if it is in between -1 and 0 also, you have the finite value for the infinite terms. If the R value is less than -1, then also you have sum of infinite terms as infinity, right? I am concluding this total discussion that sum of infinite terms of the geometric progression exists, and its answer is a finite value only if the common ratio is in between 0 and 1 or in between -1 and 0. What happens if it is 1? What happens if it is -1? See, we need to discuss in different cases, right? I am going to give you, if you look at the problem, see, look at the sequence. What I mentioned here on the board, AR, AR square, AR cube, like that, right? See, for this particular sequence, yeah, look at that. I am dividing the total situation into different regions. If you say R is equals to, if the value of R is greater than 1, or if the value of R is less than -1. Think about it. -1 to 1 I am just neglecting. Either R less than 1 or R greater than 1. Right? In this case, the terms will appear like this. Then here in this case, Sn is equals to A into 1 minus R power n by 1 minus R. Sum of n terms. And if anybody asks you to calculate S infinity, again your answer is infinity, because the values goes on increases, then there is no finite value. But if you say R is equals to 1, if R is equals to 1, what to say? R1. So first term is A, R1, second term is A, R1, third term is A, and so on. It's a constant sequence. All the terms are equals to 1. We call it as a constant sequence. For that particular constant sequence, if you calculate Sn, you need to add A's for n times. Your answer is Na, and S infinity is again infinity, because you need to add A's for infinite number of times. Whereas in the other case, if R is equals to -1, if the common ratio is -1, how the terms will change? See, the first one is A, and the second one is -A, and the third one is again A, fourth one is again -A, like that it goes. It is an oscillating sequence. For that oscillating sequence, see, finding S infinity is again difficult. We don't know about the, see, here S infinity won't exist, because we don't know exactly about the infinity. Infinity is actually uncertain, right? If you wish to calculate sum of 2 terms, it is 0. For 3 terms, it is A. For 4 terms, it is 0. But infinity is what? Whether it is even or odd, we don't know, right? So, there is no such a chance to calculate the infinite terms. In the fourth case, R value is in between -1 and 1, right? R -1 already over, R1 already over, R less than -1, R greater than 1 over, R value is in between -1 and 1, and that R value is not equals to 0. See here, if you think about that R value, it is in between minus 1 and 1. See, clearly r power n value is decimal, right? Since r power n value is decimal, r power n value is almost equals to 0 as n tends to infinity. If you raise that power, your r power n is almost 0. You know it, right? 0.1, 0.1 square, 0.1 cube. Like that, if you raise the powers, the value goes on decreases. So r power n value tends to 0 as n tends to infinity. Therefore, if you wish to count sum of infinite terms, just look at this, r power n is 0. Replace r power n 0 in this particular formula. If you replace r power n 0 here, then your s infinity is a by 1 minus r. And this is the formula for the sum of infinite terms. This is an approximate value for the sum of infinite terms. With all this discussion, just we need this particular discussion for the sum of infinite terms of the geometric progression. They won't ask you to find the sum of infinite terms if r minus 1. They won't ask you sum of infinite terms if r is 1. They won't discuss with you about the sum of infinite terms if r is in this region. Only the questions ask you about the sum of infinite terms only if your r is in this particular region minus 1 to 1. Then in that case, your sum of infinite terms, the approximate value for the sum of infinite terms is just a by 1 minus r. Have a look at this and I will come up with some examples. As a conclusion of the discussion, we have that sum of infinite terms of the geometric sequence ar square up to infinite terms is just a by 1 minus r if that r is in between minus 1 and 1. For example, if I give you a problem like this, 1 plus 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2 square plus 1 by 2 cube plus 1 by 2 power 4, like that, I am extending this for infinite terms, many terms, right? As many as you consider, right? If you consider infinite number of terms, what to say about its approximate value, right? Since there are infinite number of terms, it is very difficult for all that to find exact value. So we can find only the approximate value for this summation. Now if you look at the summation, clearly the summation is forming a geometric progression, right? It is forming a geometric progression. For the first term of the geometric progression is clearly 1. The value of a is 1. Whereas the common ratio of the geometric progression is 1 by 2, right? Since we are multiplying with 1 by 2 to get the next term from the previous one. So it is very clear. So a is 1 and r is 1 by 2. Then use this particular formula, a by 1 minus 1 by 2. This is your approximate value. Now what to say about 1 minus 1 by 2? 1 by 2, right? 1 by 1 by 2 is 2. So the approximate value is 2. See, just consider infinite number of terms like this. Then for all those terms, if you try to add, your approximate value is 2. Try using calculator if you need. Just take some 7 terms or 8 terms or 10 terms. See, your approximate value is 2 only. If you raise more and more number of terms, all the terms are very neglected, right? You will get approximately 2 point something like this. Very near to 2. That's why we are mentioning its approximate value as 2. Have a look at this once again. If you need to calculate the sum of infinite terms of the geometric progression, first of all you need to look at the value of common ratio r. If that common ratio is in between minus 1 and 1, then you are allowed to utilize this formula a by 1 minus r. If that condition is not satisfied, if r is not in that particular range, then you are not allowed to use this formula. Then you just directly announce that sum of infinite terms is again infinity, right? See, here in this particular problem, my r value, common ratio is 1 by 2, which is under the required condition. Then I have a chance to utilize this formula. Then by this, a is 1 and r is 1 by 2. 1 by 1 by 2 is 2, and that's my answer. Just have a look at this.